Thank you, Mr. Chair. Through you to the proponent. I just have three quick questions. First, to start off with, that if I could just get a yes or a no to, have your firm and your client read our official plan?
Not from cover to cover. Have I looked at the official plan as it relates to this property? Yes.
And then I will also ask, have you and your client also gone through the Heritage District plan?
With respect to this site, yes.
So then, I guess part of my question is then why put forward an application that absolutely does not meet our official plan or our Heritage District plan? Why not put forward an application that conforms to both those plans?
We believe the proposal that we're speaking to reflects the reality on the ground on Centre Street. And we're proposing a development that will be compatible with the Heritage District to the north and to the east.
And through you, Mr. Chair, normally when these things come in, and while Councillor Perry says he's very progressive when it comes to a lot of these development applications, I'm usually at the other end of the spectrum. I believe that it's our duty and obligation as a council to aggressively defend our official plan. And so this being in a heritage district, to me, I stand with my comments that to look for exceptions to our official plan and our zoning, the application has to be exceptional. And so therefore, I guess my question would be, what do you feel is exceptional about this plan, and how would it benefit this community as a whole?
So I think the development, this particular development, will be a bridge between the single detached homes in the rear backyards on Catherine and the heritage development on the other side of Centre Street, which will not be heritage development. It will be a bridge. It will take its cues eventually from the Heritage District in terms of architectural design. It will provide an urban streetscape that will be complementary to the whatever else is happening on Centre Street in the future. So I think what you're going to get is a development here that will set the stage for a good quality development that will take heritage cues from an architectural perspective from the Heritage District and be a transition between Wellington Street and what's happening there and on the south side of Centre Street and the Heritage District as it presently exists.
That's it for now. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair. I wasn't able to support that amendment. My personal belief is that we should be refusing this outright at this time. I don't think it's a matter of a minor tweaking to the proposal to come back to us with some changes here or there. I think this needs a major overhaul. I know that the province is looking at intensification, and I know we've identified certain areas, and this does somewhat fall within that Yonge Street, but this is within the Heritage District. And I don't think intensification, should be at the expense of our Heritage District. And so I cannot support this at all in its current form. Even if it came back slightly with some minor changes, I still could not support that. I think, it doesn't conform to the Heritage District plan. When you just looking at that rear setback in the rear yards, I know we're hearing that the neighbors to the other side are not going to be, there's enough of a buffer because their yard is big enough. Well, you shouldn't be using the fact that their yard is big and therefore they won't have a wall directly in front of them. The whole point is everyone within the district, their yards are big yards. And so they're losing that. And just every aspect of this just to me does not conform to anything that we're looking to do as a town within this area. And so I just cannot consciously support this and allow this to go forward. And I think it's not right for us to give a bit of a false sense of security to the to the owners of the property and say, hey, you know what, if you kind of tweak this and come back to another public planning, we might be okay with this moving forward. I think we should just let them know straight out that we don't agree with this, and they need to come back with something that fits and conforms to our plans.
Councilor Gardner, Councilor Marcus.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just quickly, there was a mention of where does it stop, right? And that is a big question when you look at something like this. You allow this one, and then we heard the proponent mention that, well, the house that's on the corner will probably end up coming with an application looking for similar. So if we allow this, and then it creeps in a little bit more, and it creeps in a little bit more, and then the next application comes and says, well, you allowed this one, right? We're right beside it now, so you might as well allow us too. And so, those are some of the messages. And I do feel that, to Councillor Humphrey's point, I do feel we do need to send a clear message on this, And Councillor Kim, I'm glad I'm starting to rub off on you, and you're starting to see the light when it speaks to keeping that uniqueness within our town. So I guess all that talk about OMB reform is starting to rub off on my colleagues. Personally, as I said, I'll just say it again, I will be voting against this. I do believe that we need to be putting forward to refuse this outright due to the fact that it does not meet our Heritage District plan.